I've seen you play before in Fate. What do you think about that?
I mean, we have seen a couple of Fates. We have seen both FXL and Fridays All in MENA, which were on Fate, but I mean in EU and in SA Fate, not really that commonly picked. I think it's a really good pick. Of course, Scythe is looking to be really favored today. Orb too.
Yeah, because what did we see Knees playing Fate earlier maybe? And so it's like clearly she's gaining some popularity again here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know,
I guess Marker.
Weird. Yes, exactly. So I'm wondering what it is. I think people are kind of starting to wake up a little bit. Fate, I think, has been a phenomenal champion for the ill minute, Polly. So I think people are finally starting to sip on what I've been sipping for years.
100%, and we're gonna see just what Use is capable of doing with it. So far, he has a pretty strong damage lead. He's on the orb. I saw like. I was smelling the Edising from the Fate, but Use didn't want to commit to it.
Will be coming soon. I thought that was going to be the Ensig right there on that whiffed gravity candle, but Use doesn't pull the trigger.
That's like the only thing. That is the only thing I'm looking out for whenever I'm looking at whenever I'm looking at the Fate.
There's a few moments I would have been let that joint rip, but Use likes to play it a little bit more calm, more collected, lines it up expertly, does the geometry, gets that down air into the stage and says, listen, there's a reason I'm the world champ. Stop criticizing me.
Yeah, exactly. Not able to pick up on that landing though. Van Tranquilo gonna need to find this knockout as fast as possible. Looking for that side light. He will get a hard one, but it's not going to be enough. Not just yet. Use is not nearly damaged enough. So he swaps over to those gauntlets, hoping to find some solace in them. But Use is just poking him.
This is so interesting because Orb really has not been that popular. It felt like it was just the Raiders show for a while, and now everyone's playing it, and I'm like, wow, with the amount of complaining I see about people talking about like Greatsword on Twitter or something, you would think that people would like play the weapons they think they are the best. So clearly there's a change of opinion across the globe here, but I also feel like South America in general has always been a little bit different than anyone else. Everyone's getting that signal work. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, dude, they are redefining. All my thoughts about both Orb and that signature are getting redefined this weekend. Also, Godly is Ymir's champion. We just have gotten a word from a mainstream. EU has finished up. It is going to be Godly, but back to this game.
There we go, just another day at work for Zevi. But with that said, can Use repeat the gold as well? We're gonna see Ventranquilo is gonna get beat up quite a bit here, gets caught on the dodge. This scythe from Use is actually quite good. Ventranquilo trying to keep up here, but Use, I mean, look at this movement in the corner. Ventranquilo can't get off. Stuck in the corner so harshly. Use catches him on the way in, tries to go for the falling nair. Finally, Ventranquilo gets a read, but doesn't get the side air there because Use
no options, no dodge.
No reversal?
Oh, but it goes for no reversal. I mean, he doesn't need to. That's still it.
Wow.
All right. You should. If there's one thing I'm starting to learn, Flab, we really gotta stop criticizing Use's options because it just works. It works.
He plays on a different beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here and I'm like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but the way Use be playing is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Like, he's on the double count, bro. I don't know what it is. I can't sync up with them, and that's the thing. I don't think most people can. They always get caught off guard by the plays that he makes because he's just doing it a little bit different because there is no one correct way to do things in Brawlhalla, generally speaking. Sometimes there is though, but generally speaking.
Yeah. I mean, if you are doing things that are making people go, wait, why are you doing that? Why did you do that? And then you still win? I mean, you figured something out. You got something right. You got the secret sauce. You got the secret formula that the rest of us are still trying to figure out.
I couldn't have put it better myself. You got that chemical X. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else, like, how you make the Powerpuff Girls? Professor Utonium was already in that. You knew. It's looking tough. You know about the Powerpuff Girls, Polly? Is that one over your head too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say Krabby Patty formula.
Krabby Patty. Okay, yeah, we could do that. Plankton. Yeah. We trying to rob it.
Yeah. I know about. Yeah.
Oh gosh, my age is really Powerpuff Girls. Anyway.
All right, nice snare coming out. We do have periodically. some mishaps with those nairs. Use constantly going for them, falling.
Ooh.
Side Sigi coming out.
Ground
Not going
pound?
to be enough for the knockout. The ground pound, no! Dude, this is Reaper. Reaper has messed with my mind. I see gauntlets offstage, I just want them to ground pound.
I feel similarly, right? Just makes you think that's the way to do it. Use fighting unarmed here, manages to pick up this orb, trying to aggress on the Ben Tranquilo. Perfect spot dodge in the air there to go ahead and go right past that attack and get a gravity cancel sidelight of his own. Use cooking here. Man, I feel like for the vast majority of both of these games, Ben Tranquilo has spent it in the corner. He cannot hold center stage. Every time he tries, Use pushes him right out. Jesus.
Trying to patrol the ground here. Able to pick up that end light.
Oh my gosh.
And a second one. Do we get a third one? Do we get the GC one? No, but you already know. You already know. You get that many end lights in a row, you already know. Even if it's not the optimal option, you have to go for an end light at that point.
Yeah, no, it's starting to look
It's an unwritten rule.
a little rough for Ben Tranquilo here. I mean, Hughes just looks quite a bit a cut above in this set. Definitely going to try to answer back, but I mean, the scythe from Hughes is looking so clean here. Gonna drop on this one, but that's only the first stock. Ben Tranquilo needs a scythe stock right now. Heck, it could be a gauntlet stock too. I mean, if there's any legend in the game that's good at making quick turnarounds, it's Mordex. But when you eat a Nair Sair, it kind of makes it a lot harder for you to come back.
I don't know, man. It's looking really, really rough, as you were saying. Ben Tranquilo, I mean, it looks like Hughes is just kind of winning in every single aspect right now. Like, Ben Tranquilo is doing absolutely everything he can, but Hughes just wins one more neutral interaction, and every time he does, he gets one more hit, and every time he gets stuck in a combo, he gets hit 1 times less. There's just like, what do you do at that point?
Clearly struggling here in the red on the final stock. Hughes just has, I mean, Hughes doesn't even go
End
for harsh
lights.
punishes. End lights is fine. He's fine end lighting like 10 times in a row. It's kind of similar to how Kaina was fine punishing with just D-light or end light on Axe. You don't need the big juicy combo. You just need a punish and stage control, and that's what Hughes is going for. I won't be surprised if we see another end light with Tranquilo off stage. Instead, it's going to be a Sarah on the punish on a whip attack, and Hughes goes up 2-0 in the set now.
Yeah, no, dude. You were saying he doesn't need any fantasy punishes. He just needs that stage control. I saw Hughes do 680 damage, and in most cases, you see big damage numbers, you're going to be like, yo, wait, that's really, really impressive. No. 680 damage. You do not need 680 damage to win the game, dude. That means you're doing like what? You're doing like 230 damage to find every single knockout. That's way too much. Yeah. I mean, it's working. I mean, come on. I mean, hey, he's winning the game. He's winning the game confidently, but I don't know. Moving forward into top 8, he might have to swap something up there, but then again, maybe he is just getting a little bit funky with these end lights.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is that I feel like the game plan makes sense to me, because what you're valuing is like consistency over the way that you play the game, and then like sure, it takes a little bit longer for you to find those KOs, but you're still able to find them and they still come, right? It's kind of similar to like the way that like Megdi would play or Kaina would play with Axe. But the difference is when Kaina was playing with Axe, sure, you're hitting them over and over, but Taros Endlight's gonna KO you a lot earlier than Fate Endlight on Orb is going to KO you. So it is really interesting to watch, but Hughes seems to make it work. But in this third game that we're seeing here, the swap over to the Bodvar from Ben Tranquilo seems to be helping a little bit.
Yeah, this pick makes me so happy. The Bodvar, I mean, who's on Bodvar anymore? There's barely any top players playing Bodvar. Every time I'm in the ranked queue, it feels like no one is on Bodvar. But he is out here representing the pick, and he's doing very well so far, doing better than the other 2 previous games at least. Just needs to pick up the stock here, but he's not able to do so. Hughes with a quick Sair is able to take that off.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I feel like in some capacity, Hammer feels like it is officially back. You know, we've seen Taros, of course, for a while, but today even, we've had the chance of seeing...
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh, man. Hughes is kind of... I can't even finish my sentence. Hughes just kind of like... gets me wrapped up, bro. I'm just watching him cook. I feel like I'm watching Master Chef.
I don't know about... Yeah, I don't know about... He just keeps getting it. Every single time. This is what I'm saying. He just plays so consistently. He just plays so consistently crisp. Like there's nothing absolutely insane other than the fact that he's not making any mistakes. Like the best way, I think the best way I could describe it is like peak simple, but on Fate and like 8 times more movement.
And you know what's wild, Polly, is that I don't know, like when you think of your favorite top Brawlhalla player, right? How many of them have this deep of a breadth of characters that they can play, right? We've seen Yuz play Jaehyun, Sword, Great Sword. We've seen Yuz play Vector, right? So you're gonna have Bow and Rocket Lance. And now we're watching Yuz play Fate, which is Scythe and Orb, and there's still more characters on top of that Yuz can play. I don't know that we've really seen a whole lot of players in Brawlhalla be able to play so many different weapons at the top level like that.
I think it's Einstein who said intelligence is the ability to adapt to change, and I don't know, man, it's looking like Yuz has that Brawlhalla IQ because he's just able to pick anything up and make it work, and it's been paying off for him incredibly well so far.
That's actually wild to me that you can quote Einstein but not know the Powerpuff Girls, bro. Like, what? Here we go.
Hey dude, I guess that's just an EU to NA difference, right?
I guess, yeah, I suppose. Y'all don't
No,
got
I'm
Cartoon
joking.
Network over there? Like,
Yeah, we do, no problem. Sidelight coming out.
oh, Ben Tranquilo starting to cook.
Okay.
A little too late, though.
I feel like it could be too little too late. Use one good D-Light away. No, not quite enough. He's going to go out with a dare, with a Seer perhaps, or is he just determined to finish it with a signature?
All right, what's the answer going to be here?
Big hit.
Tricky weapon throw. Yuz just scoops him on the jump, tries to shoot out a pew pew. It's not going to connect, and KOs him with a Scythe Nair. That goes to show just how much damage Yuz will be doing, right? Like, you're not supposed to be KOing with Scythe Nair. Generally,
650, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
I
supposed
don't
to be
know.
Scythe Sayer, if anything. D-Light, maybe.
I feel as if Yuz might have been